Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're having a great and wonderful day. And we're going to be continuing on to what's happening throughout the week. Now, I have emailed the Epoch people and trying to get a confirmation for the video. So now it's all up to them whether they reply to me or not, so I can actually stream the whole bloody thing. So fingers crossed there. And I'm also hoping to get an interview with one of lawyers or one of the people that talk about the child protective services and, just family court in general to get a better idea of what's really going on there because, that's something I also want to learn about and share to my community. So that's stuff that is ongoing. But we have some more pressing news that we have to discuss. Now we have this. Donald Trump named in latest Epstein documents. Sarah Ransom said he had sex with many girls in email where she also claimed pedophile had tapes of the ex-president Richard Branson, Prince Andrew, and Bill Clinton. So this is what's going on here. So we're going to read a little bit of this, and I'm going to show more stuff going into the Donald Trump thing and what is actually on this list, etc., etc. We'll be going through, I'll be having two videos. I'll be having this one and then the next one after that just to go over because I don't want the videos to be too large with one particular thing. So we have Jeffrey Epstein kept blackmail videos that show Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and Richard Branson having sex with women he supplied them with, according to the latest bombshell claims in newly unsealed court documents. In the latest dump of papers made public on Monday are emails sent by Epstein victim Sarah Ransom to Daily.com columnist Maureen Collin in 2016. At the time, Collin worked for the New York Post and was reporting on Epstein. Ransom claimed in those emails that Trump had sex with many girls, including a friend of hers who was not named, she says also slept with Bill Clinton and Virgin billionaire Richard Branson. She retracted all her claims, telling Collin she wanted to walk away from this, citing fears for her family. In 2019, the New Yorker said Ransom admitted to evicting the tapes. And it is claimed that Epstein filmed each of these sexual encounters and that the women involved also obtained copies of the tapes. No such footage has ever been publicly uncovered. The FBI is now under pressure to release hundreds of items of evidence that was photographed during a raid on Epstein's mansion in 2018, but was never seized. And then we'll go to, she confided in about her casual friendship with Donald. Ransom said of the unnamed friend, whose age is not revealed. Ransom claimed to have been sent footage by her friend that showed her having sex with Clinton, Trump, and Branson, but said she could not share the videos without her friend's consent. Trump denied the allegations through his spokesman. These baseless accusations have been fully retracted because they are simply false and have no merit, Stephen Chung said today. A spokesperson from Branson's company Virgin also denied the allegations. In a New York Reporter published in 2019, Ransom admitted that she had invented the tapes. We can confirm that the Sarah Ransom claims are baseless and unfounded. Clinton, who was named in other papers last week, has not responded to the fresh claims his representatives continue to refer to as 2018 denial of any association with Epstein's claims. Now, obviously, I did say that I want everybody in this that are on that island to be arrested, and Donald Trump would also be the one I would also want arrested, assuming that all these accusations, everything is true, right? So I'm not going to bear down and say that Donald Trump is free of this. No, he also should be investigated and arrested, if not arrested immediately for all this stuff. The problem is that you're also conflicted with who you're going to have as president, which would also make Vivek Ramaswamy the number one guy to, possibly go after as for presidency. Because obviously Trump does not seem the best qualified person currently. But again, investigations need to happen. We have this here. Court documents allege sex tapes taken of Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, and Sir Richard Branson by Jeffrey Epstein. It says, sex tapes are alleged to have been taken of Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, and Sir Richard Branson by Jeffrey Epstein. Court documents have revealed. Sarah Ransom, who says she was a victim of Epstein, wrote in emails to a reporter in 2016 outlining claims the Duke of New York, the ex-U.S. president, and the billionaire businessman were filmed having sex with her unnamed friend on separate occasions by the pedophile U.S. financier. A firm representing lawyers Alan Dershowitz highlighted the allegations to demonstrate Ms. Ransom manifestly lacks credibility. The claims were included in hundreds of documents that a U.S. judge has ordered to be unsealed as part of a civil claim by Andrew's accuser Virginia Jeffrey, I think that's pronounced, against Ghislaine Maxwell, which was filed in 2015 and settled in 2017. Despite the defamation case being concluded 7 years ago, the Miami Herald successfully fought to make the names and documents associated with it public. Sarah Ransom arrived for the sentencing of Ghislaine Maxwell in New York in 2022. And Andrew has strenuously denied any wrongdoing. Ms. Ransom gave a victim impact statement ahead of Epstein's former girlfriend and long-time associate Maxwell being sentenced for sex trafficking in 2022. So, yeah, this is what's been going on here, and that, Trump is part of this, allegedly. But, again, we're going to see. Now, we're going to go into things that names Trump, but doesn't necessarily refer. So, I think his name is mentioned, but we're going to obviously go through this. As I said, Trump will have to be arrested as well. It goes on from Technofrog. Richard Branson and Bill Clinton named in the latest Jeffrey Epstein documents. Allegedly, there are tapes. Allegedly. When my friend had sexual intercourse with Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson, sex tapes were, in fact, filed in each separate occasion by Jeffrey. Well, so we're gonna go. This is gonna get a bit graphic, guys. So I apologize in advance, but I'm not gonna censor my channel just so people can not understand the graphicity and the evility of this. This is also not going to defend Trump in any way, so I digress. While she spent his penis or on her bottom, she also had to have sexual intercourse with Clinton in Epstein's New York mansion just off of 5th Avenue on numerous occasions. As the New York mansion was spoke about yesterday, I too was forced by Epstein to visit regularly, and if I didn't turn up, he would personally come and find wherever I was hiding. It still bewilders me on how Epstein always seemed to know where I was if I didn't turn up at his New York residence. When my friend had sexual intercourse with Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson, sex tapes were in fact filmed on each separate occasion by Jeffrey. Now, notice how Trump is not really named here. Thank God she managed to get a hold of some footage of the filmed sex tapes, which clearly identify the faces of Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Branson having sexual intercourse with her. Frustratingly enough, Epstein was not seen in any of the footage, but it was clever like that. Again, these are all allegations, but we had to see the sex tapes actually drop, or actually information of the sex tapes drop to get a full confirmation. Obviously, since they're underage, it's probably not going to happen, but we would need them because these are allegations, and these allegations need to be confirmed, right? Especially the ones as heavy as this. Context. Alan Dershowitz requested the court unseal these emails to reflect the credibility of the witness, Sarah Ransom. She made a number of accusations, including her friend being approached by special agents forces men sent directly by Hillary Clinton herself. That is not too far-fetched, but again, allegations. When my friend eventually had the courage to speak out and went to the police in 2008 to report what had happened, nothing was done, and she was utterly humiliated by the police department, where she went to report what had happened with Epstein, Clinton, Branson, and Prince Andrew. She was made to feel like a dirty whore and a liar and wasn't taken seriously. When she then tried to sue Epstein for damages, she was severely bullied and threatened by his lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, whom she also had sexual relations with and who she was also heavily involved in Epstein's pedophile ring. A couple months later, she was then approached by a special agents forces men sent directly by Hillary Clinton herself in order to protect her presidential campaign in 2008. They heavily intimidated her, ruffled her up. Luckily, she took photos as evidence and was then forced to sign a confidentiality agreement which ensures that she can never come forward publicly implicating her husband. She was then given a substantial payout directly from the Clinton Foundation to keep her quiet. She was 1,000% certain that the FBI did a cover-up, and she was the individual names of Hillary's special agent officers involved in intimidating her. She was then forced against her will to sign a legally binding confidentiality agreement on Hillary's behalf for her eternal silence. If she breaks this agreement, she is dead. Well, that doesn't sound too far-fetched for Hillary Clinton, and there could be a lot of truth into this, and which would make that also the thing with the Trump thing also true as well. But again, I want to see more evidence coming from this. But yeah, I think a lot of these people should possibly be arrested and then investigated immediately. So there's that. To provide further context and credibility, witness alleged the footage was blacked up on several USB sticks sent to Europe. Payouts from the Clinton Foundation and an FBI cover-up. Allegations against Sergey, Google, and Trump. So, we have this. Unfortunately, I cannot send you the footage without her consent due to massive consequences to her safety, but I can confirm that I do have footage in my possession. I have backed up the footage on several USB sticks and have securely sent them to various different locations throughout Europe with only one other person close to me, knowing where their locations are just in case anything happens to me before the footage is released. When my friend eventually had the courage to speak out and went to the police in 2008 to report what had happened, nothing was done and she was only humiliated, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So, this continues going on going. And then we'll go on to the stuff. I will send you that photo amongst others as soon as I am able to fly back to the UK next week, as I definitely 100% have it all in my little storage box. I also have other photos of the Epstein girls and I, while I was on the island, including a couple of pictures of me with Sergey Brin and his then finance and Wojcicki. I met the pair when they visited the island for the day, as Sergey wanted to try out his new kite surfing equipment, as he had only just started kite surfing and was very eager to try out his new equipment with us girls. Several girls at any one time. She confided to me about her casual friendship with Donald. Mr. Trump definitely seemed to have a thing for her, and she told me how he kept going about her, liked her pert nipples. Donald Trump liked sucking her nipples until they were raw. One evening when we were showering together, she showed me her nipples. They looked incredibly painful as they were red and swollen, and I remember wincing when I looked at them. I also know she had sexual relations with Trump at Jeffrey's New York mansion on regular occasions, as I once met Jen for coffee just before she was going to meet Trump and Epstein together at his mansion. So, as a testament of Sarah Ransom, so, again, this is stuff that is pretty crazy and very damning evidence. And this is stuff that, of all that. Now, of course, from Stacey, who said, and then she retracted, and it says, following the exchange, Ransom retracted her claims, claiming no good would come of the allegations going public. And we're going to see this. Another batch of 17 exhibits from the Jeffrey Epstein files have been released. And then it says, the exhibit filed by Virginia Jeffrey's lawyers against Ghislaine Maxwell claims Maxwell and everyone who worked for Epstein used a secret server to communicate, called MindSpring, was used by household staff to communicate about daily tasks and events. Jeffrey's lawyers contended that Maxwell only provided discovery materials from some of her email accounts. They claimed that she had another MindSpring that would include incriminating information. Let's get this out of the way. JJT has been named in the latest batch of files. Sarah Ransom claims that Trump had sex with many girls. Sarah had said that it was her friend who told her about their casual friendship. The woman claimed that she was sent video footage by her friend showing her having sex with Bill Clinton, Richard Branson, and Donald Trump. In the same exchange, Sarah retracts everything. Sarah then claims she backed up all the footage she was given to several USB sticks and sent them to several different locations throughout Europe. She claims she received substantial payout by Clinton and all that other stuff. You know, the stuff that we were talking about recently. There should be approximately 32 files left to unseal. Ransom note, when my friend had sexual intercourse with Bill Clinton, all this stuff, some of the names will remain sealed for various reasons, including names of some of Epstein's underage victims and at least one person who the judge has seen been falsely identified. The judge is also expected to decide whether to release the identities of two does in the lawsuit who have requested to remain unnamed. In a New York report published in 2018, Ransom admitted that she had invented the tapes. Then, which makes sense. If she invented these tapes, then that's a huge thing, right? So, we have to take these things as we see fit. Now, we have to have more information, obviously, on this. This is a pretty massive accusation on Trump, and we're going to see what goes forward, right? Again, I think Donald Trump should be investigated on this alone because these are very huge accusations on the base of Trump. But if the tapes were invented, if the tapes were not actually real, then that honestly doesn't hurt Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson as hard, right? But if they are, then it hurts all of them, including Trump. So we're going to have to see where this goes. Alright guys, that's all I have for you for right now. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.